What's going on, everybody? Troubles in here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today we have 8 upcoming whiskeys that are going to be dropping soon. Potentially, we have the TTB photos of several unique, exciting, interesting, and quite frankly, some disappointing releases that will be coming out. This is just going to be an ongoing kind of series because people keep coming out with new batches, new releases. They're submitting photos for potential releases. It's just a never-ending cycle of brand new whiskeys. Some of them really exciting, some of them can... So remember, before we get into it, leave a like on the video. Go comment down below which of these you're excited for. Hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, be notified when I drop these videos, when I go live. Huge shout out to the Bourbon Wrench Patreon members. You are what gets this channel going. So if that's something that interests you, go over there. A lot of Bourbon Wrench store picks. That's what you should be excited for. So let's get right on into this. We're going to start with one that I'm kind of just not that interested in. Some of you might be. Blue Run, aged 8 years. So another butterfly bottle. You know, I've never really been into the Blue Run, mainly because these bottles are so dang expensive for what they are. I know some people really like them. I just don't like the price tag associated with them. Other people say it's just expert marketing. I, again, don't really even see the desire for the marketing. It works. It really works. And they can sell these bottles for a lot. And so I would say it's good marketing because it is marketing. I've just never had an appeal to the different colored butterflies and whatever. Here we go. We got a yellow butterfly, 8 years. My issue too, where's this 8-year-old whiskey? Like, is it from Heaven Hill, Bardstown? 8 years, probably gonna go for like $200 or something crazy. It's not for me. If you're into that, here you go. You got an 8-year-old Blue Run coming. Let's move on to one I am excited for. Another bottle being dropped from Penelope. These guys are always putting out new labels. They're always, I mean, there were several on there. I just picked this one. We had the toasted bourbon come out. Now we got toasted rye. Not much to say about this one other than it's Penelope. And I like pretty much everything that they've been putting out, especially their toasted stuff. Really good. It's going to be interesting now that Penelope has been purchased by MGP to see if they continue doing more of this stuff. I mean, they've already been known for just putting out so many different labels. I feel like maybe they should have access to more. Maybe they'll put more barrels into them to put out more new labels. So again, super excited. What's not to love about some toasted Penelope? Moving on to a bourbon, which I'm super stoked for. I'm always stoked for them. Remus Repeal Reserve. This is the Remus Batch 7. This is Remus 7. And we have the breakdown here. I got a little closer one so I can read it. 6% 2007 bourbon in the blend, which you're a 16-year-old MGP. Yeah, it's 6%, but man, I bet you even a little bit could sway the flavor profile of this, maybe add a little more depth to it. That sounds very interesting to me. And then the rest of the breakdown, you got a mixture between 9 and 10-year-old bourbon, a blend of their 21% rye mash bill and their 36% mash bill, but all, a mixture between that 9 and 10-year-old with a little bit of the 16. Sounds like it could be pretty good. Time will tell. Regardless, I'm always excited for these. It's easily some of the best stuff. It's just amazing MGP. All there is to it. Next up, another rye. And this one's pretty dang interesting. Was not expecting to see this at all. Wild Turkey Private Selection Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. So this is single barrel Wild Turkey picks. Okay, think of it like you know, Wild Turkey 101 to Kentucky Spirit picks. Bam, now we got rye, store pick, single barrel. You know, again, boo, 101 proof. That'd be cool if we could get a higher proof store pick, you know, but it looks like they're doing what they're doing with the Kentucky Spirit. Regardless, more Wild Turkey is always a good thing. Now, if we can just start getting some Russell's Reserve rye picks, now that would be pretty interesting. Who's down for that? But, you know, Wild Turkey 101 rye is such a solid, you know, bourbon drinker rye. It's just so sweet. It's delicious. Now we're going to get picks of them, which I imagine some of them are going to be even better. So let's go get some of that. All right. Next bottle that is showing up. We've already done a video on this, so I won't talk too much about it. I did a whole video over this. Daniel Weller Emmer Wheat. We just have to talk about it. You know, how excited am I for this? Not at all. Literally not excited for this because we will never see this. I won't. I bet you people are going to lose their minds over this, just like everything new coming from Buffalo Trace. It's ridiculous. It's brand new recipe too, so that's even more. People are gonna lose their minds. 94 proof, just what we needed. No, it's not what we wanted. You know, I've seen a lot of mixed things. I see some people are like, oh, this sounds so great, and you need to quit complaining. And then other people who are like, why are they coming out with even more, you know, labels when half the country can't even get any of their other stuff? So it's like, how would you make more of that so people can get it? You know, at the end of the day, to them, it doesn't matter because they get their money either way, regardless if everyone gets one or if whoever's getting them now get them. They don't care. They already sold it. So more labels means more people buying it. They win. Regardless. They always win. All right, that's it. There's a whole video I did over that. You can go check it out and see how I really feel about it. Whatever. Next up, here's one that is pretty interesting. Old Dominic cask strength. Old Dominic is out of Memphis, Tennessee. Really good stuff. Kind of under the radar. It's kind of like there's a lot of those hitter companies that are just like people who are there know, people who get these know, you know, but that's probably the problem is their reach probably isn't the greatest. That being said, those who do get this, they're like, heck yeah, now they're coming out with this straight cask strength bourbon whiskey, which is exciting on its own. Second, the proof, which could totally be a placeholder, but if it's not, holy moly, 148.35, 74% alcohol. You know, maybe they just put that on there just to, you know, hey, look at that hazmat. Maybe that's like the highest one that they got. I don't know. That would be really cool if they put that out. Just liquid fire. You know, it's just something novel. You know, it's just the novelty of having a 148 proof bourbon that's just like, oh yeah, look at this. You want some of that? All right, let's move on. We got two more bottles. We saved the best one for last. So if you stuck around, you're going to find the one that I'm most excited for, kind of. But now we got to get through this one. Another Jack Daniel's Distillery Series. You know, I'm pretty sure they do these special bottles and they release them. You go visit the gift shop, you can get one. This one sounded pretty interesting. Finished in Anejo tequila barrels. Finished bourbon and tequila? Like what? Now here's the thing. I have tried a bourbon finished in tequila, and it's not what you think. It kind of doesn't sound that appealing to me. I'm not the biggest tequila drinker. Yeah, I enjoy a marg or two. I don't, you know, the thought of bourbon and tequila mixing somehow just doesn't seem like it would produce anything good at all. But the one I've tried was surprisingly good, and out of the samples that were sent, it was my favorite. So it was kind of, it's crazy. Now I don't know how the Jack Daniel's is gonna taste in it. That's just one experience of a bourbon finished in tequila, and it was positive. It was surprisingly good. It was something I would have passed by until I tried it. And then I was like, this is great. This is actually pretty dang good. So don't knock things till you try it, okay? That's the moral of this story. Moving on to the last bottle, which I saw this and I got so pumped. And then I started breaking it down. I'm kind of worried. I don't know, but I really want one. Old Forester, 1924, 10-year-old. Oh. Now, you know, like, this is it. That would be great, but I don't know. It looks, you know, the label looks like it suggests that it would just be another, you know, extension in the Whiskey Row lineup. Like, is this going to be a permanent thing? But then you start reading in 1924, yada, yada, yada. This 10-year-old expression honors the 100th anniversary of this occasion. So it sounds like, I don't know, is this going to be a special, like, limited release for the 100th anniversary type thing? Or is this going to be permanent? I don't know. They have the power to put out 10-year-old stuff. Putting out 10-year-old bourbon is not that hard. They're readily available on the shelf bourbons that are age stated that are just sitting there. They can do it. Okay? Knob Creek 9-year. Russell's 10-year. You know what I'm saying? Eagle Rare, if you're in an area that gets it, is 10. I mean, you could do it. They can totally do this. So it should be permanent. I really hope so. I really hope it's not that hard to get. I hope it's just like another, you know, hey, everyone knows how good 1920 is, and it's always there. Here we go. I hope it's not like the Jack Daniel's 10 where, you know, they put out X amount of bottles, bam, it's gone. You know, it's so hard to get when they totally can do more. So regardless, this sounds delicious. I want that. I really want this. 100 proof, that's fine. I think Old Forester in that 100 proof range is perfect. Shoot, the 1920 is only like 115. It's great. It's perfect. We don't need to melt our face off all the time. So I'm cool with it. There we have it. Upcoming whiskeys, potentially, hopefully, these are coming to the light of day. Most of them, you know, they come to fruition most of the time. Really haven't seen many often that are like submitted to the TTB and then just disappear forever. Most of the time, these come out eventually. There are no dates yet as to when really any of these that I've seen that are coming out. So just stick up with us, stick up with the companies that are putting this out, and you'll start seeing bottles being bottled and stickered, and then you can go try and get one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, do all the things, go engage on the video. It helps the channel out. And until next time, I'm Trevor Olson. I will see you guys in the next video.